Hey, what's up, Ryder? My name is Ryan Hanratty. I'm here reporting for the Run Network, and today I'm going to interview former Detective Michael Hanratty. How you doing?
Doing fine. How are you?
Good. So you worked for the NYPD, correct?
That's correct.
For how many years did you happen to work for them?
22 years.
22 years. So what made you want to get into that profession?
I always wanted to help people and do the right thing, and great benefits.
Great benefits. So when you first joined, was there anything that was influencing your decision besides wanting to help people, of course?
No, just wanted a steady job at the time. I was young. Deciding whether I wanted to finish college or go to school. But at that time, I decided I wanted to go to work.
What kind of cases did you handle when you were a police officer?
When I first started, I was in a radio car with a partner, and we drove around our area of responsibility, which was called a precinct, and we were assigned jobs, different jobs, a variety of jobs, whatever came in over the dispatch. We assigned. It could have been anything from a family dispute to crimes in progress, robberies, assaults, you name it.
And then how'd you become a detective?
I spent 8 years, approximately 8 years, on what they call patrol, and then you go through an interview process, and then there's a group of senior supervisors that make a decision whether or not you are good enough to go into what they call the detective bureau. So you go through the interview process. It's very competitive, and then they make a decision, and they let you know that you've been accepted, and then you start working on investigations. So,
what were some of your, well, I don't want to say favorite, because I'm sure they all ran you dry, but what were some of the best ones, I guess, best cases you've had?
Well, I've handled, I was initially assigned to what they call a robbery investigative program, where all we did was robberies. Street robberies to gunpoint robberies, residential, commercial. There are several that come to mind, but nothing specific that I want to talk about.
All right, so we're keeping things under wraps here. But so what year did you actually first join the police force?
In January 1987.
January. So, well, besides changing you, how did the job change itself? Like,
the job changed quite a bit. Back then, we were sort of in a transition. When I first started, we were still using old typewriters, handwritten reports, and we eventually graduated to computers, which, in this day and age is what runs this world. But the job itself, it became a I don't know how to explain how it changed in general, because it changed in a variety of different ways. I just so many different ways. Crime, when I left the job, it was reduced by quite a bit. But having said that, the NYPD itself seemed like it was going through a transition where you had technologically, it went through transitions. Personnel, it went from 42,000 down to 37,000 at one point. So there was a struggle, and that placed a lot of stress on individuals as persons, and on their families and everything else, because you were just given a lot more work to do.
How would you say that the job affected your own life? Do you think it made it easier or harder?
Well, it always makes it harder. 22 years, and probably half of them not seeing you grow up took a lot out of me. That's definitely a negative aspect of things, and on a personal note, like I said, it affects you personally. You see things and hear things that you never thought in a million years that you would experience, and but you try to take the positive aspect, if you can, out of those things, and move forward. They always try to tell you, try to leave the job at work when you leave, but it's a very difficult thing to do. It's just trying to put it away and turn it on and off like a light switch is not very easy.
Yeah, I understand. So what are you retired? So what are you doing now?
I currently work for JetBlue Airways, and I conduct investigations for their corporate security department.
All right. What do you see yourself doing in the future? Do you see yourself still with JetBlue, or?
I worked for a few more years in JetBlue, and then I see myself retiring and maybe getting a less stressful job and enjoying life.
All right. Well, thank you for spending time today. Again, this is Ryan Hanratty. I'm here for the Run Network, and we'll see you next time.